There's a saying that if you keep doing what you've always done, then you get what you always got. There are various opinions as to where this quote comes from, but one thing's for sure, it rings true. In this Right Bus Life Coaching video, we're going to look at what happens when we break free of our usual approach to solving problems. We can increase the odds of finding a much better outcome by considering the issue from different perspectives. Now, this applies whether we're working on something ourselves or as part of a group. One technique used by many smart thinkers and some big names in business helps us to do exactly that. It means, however, putting on a different coloured hat. I'll explain more after the opening titles. In the meantime, are you on the right bus? And welcome back to this latest video. We're talking about personal growth, your personal growth. I'm Mervin, creator of the 3 Journeys life coaching system, and I'm the author of the self-help guide, Imagine Life as 3 Bus Journeys. In many cases, the solution to everyday challenges is pretty straightforward. We know instinctively what to do, for instance, when the car has a flat tyre or the photocopier runs out of paper. But what happens when the problem is more complex? Let's imagine we're deciding on a career change or making a major investment in something, or we're helping colleagues to develop a new product or a new way of working. We get the best outcome when we look at these more elaborate challenges from all angles. This often means breaking out of our habitual ways of thinking, and we can do this by using Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hats technique. A shout out to friend and subscriber William for suggesting this topic. It's surprising the number of individual and group situations where 6 thinking hats, or 6TH as it's sometimes called, can be applied. De Bono is the physician, psychologist, business and education consultant and author of 85 books who coined the term lateral thinking back in the 1960s. 6 thinking hats can be used to facilitate discussions, generate ideas, reach consensus, and help us to make decisions more effectively. Major organisations including Boeing, IBM and Motorola have used it to improve processes and to develop new products. In fact, swimwear company Speedo used it to develop a record-breaking swimsuit around 10 years ago. The white, red, yellow, green, black and blue hats symbolise a different frame of thinking. The 6 thinking hats process invites us to change hats and therefore our thinking style at different points in the process. Now, if we're in a group, everyone wears the same hat at the same time. These hats can be imaginary or real, and it can be particularly beneficial if everyone moves to a different seat each time we change hats. This is to physically mark the start of a new thinking approach. Let's look at each of these hats in detail. The white hat is the factual hat. When we wear it, we're seeking reliable information. Our thinking is cool and neutral. We ask questions such as, what does the data tell us? What data is missing and where can we find it? The red hat is our feelings and intuition hat. When we wear it, we have permission to express our feelings and hunches. There's no need to justify them. We make statements such as, well, my reaction to this is, or my intuition is telling me as follows. The black hat, sometimes known as the judge's hat, ensures we don't act on impulse. When we wear it, we use caution and criticism. We use logic to identify any barriers, mismatches and mistakes. When we wear the black hat, we're likely to make statements such as, that's against the law, or those deadlines are too much of a stretch, or we did it that way before and it didn't work, so why would it work that way now? The yellow hat is the optimist thinker. When we wear this hat, we take a positive approach to the problem. We consider the advantages, benefits or opportunities an idea might present. We might make statements such as, that's a great idea, or we can get real benefit from doing that, or something like, it's a challenge, but let's give it a go and see how we get on. The green hat is the creator. When we wear this hat, we generate creative ideas and we investigate what an idea is about. We deliberately look for new ways for doing something. While the initial idea or ideas might not be practical, they can be stepping stones to an idea that has real possibility. The green hat also allows us to be provocative. For instance, in attempting to solve an environmental problem involving cars, a green hat thinker might suddenly suggest, why don't we provide everyone with an electric scooter for getting around? Finally, we have the blue hat, sometimes referred to as the chair or the conductor. When we wear the blue hat, we chair the process, determining how it will work and when. We assess the problem and all the priorities. With the blue hat, we summarize and conclude, and we use statements such as, we need more ideas, so let's go into green hat mode. Or we might say, can you summarize the point you're making for us? Using Bono's technique gets us to examine the problem in its entirety, understanding the facts and reducing the distractions. And it encourages cross-pollination of thinking styles. This more inclusive approach avoids the issue of one style of thinking hijacking the proceedings. This is important. For instance, while black hat thinking has its place, too much of it can leave the meeting drained. And of course, too much red feeling can eclipse all logic. We can use the 6 hats in different orders and combinations depending on each situation. We start by putting on our white hat to give us the context. Having all the facts at our disposal at the beginning will enable us to know what we're dealing with and its scale. Then, putting on our blue hat to chair the process, we invite ourselves to wear each hat, spending some time exploring each perspective, though the red hat thinking is shortened because, well, after all, it's about instant reactions, gut feelings. It's worth pointing out that it's a good idea to avoid identifying with a particular hat. Yes, we all have our natural preferences, but we do need to practice different modes of thinking to give us the rich diversity of views that can give us a more comprehensive viewpoint. Now, we can wear a particular hat again if we feel it needs exploring further. We finish the process in blue hat mode, concluding the meeting and deciding the next steps. The beauty about the 6 hat thinking is that it removes emotion from the process and it enables us to reach an outcome much quicker. If we're working in a group, it can help build openness and trust among team members, resulting in much better collaboration. And here's a final thought for anyone fed up with being called into unstructured meetings where everyone talks around an issue but fails to reach a conclusion. Well, experts tell us that if we use 6 hat thinking, it can reduce meeting lengths to a quarter of what they used to be, with decisions made in minutes rather than hours. Now that's worth considering. Well, that's all for this latest Right Bus Life Coaching video. If you've enjoyed it, give it a like and feel free to leave a comment, as we'd love to hear from you. Do remember to press that subscribe button so you're alerted to new content. And in the meantime, enjoy that journey.